So I'm back. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, sorry for the, I guess, long delay. I don't know how long it's been. I've been working my ass off and paying insurance, which is a pain, but it's okay. We're good. We're adulting. Anyways, I look pretty different. I don't know if you've noticed, but I got cool freaking lip piercings and I got a nice tattoo. Yeah, my uncle did that for free, but we're not going to talk about free tattoos. We're going to be talking about, if you're wanting to get a lip piercing or if you want to get a tattoo, what you should expect, and basically that. So, the first thing I got done was the lip piercing. I remember I got it in August. It was on August 11th, and I've been wanting a lip piercing for a while because I was like, hey, they look cool. I'm willing to take the risk. If I don't want it, I can just take it out, but it's gonna leave a scar. I'm willing to take that risk. I have a shit ton of scars on my face anyway, so one small little dot's not gonna hurt me. So I go to a local tattoo and piercing place pretty close by from here. I go in there the first time. I'm expecting to pay $25 like they said, and I go and I'm like, hey, I want to get a lip piercing, and they're like, oh, we're kind of booked today, but they hand me a card and they say, hey, here's $5 off, come in tomorrow and we'll discount you. And I'm like, oh sweet, hell yeah. So I leave, and then I come back the next day, and I'm with my boyfriend because we were about to hang out, but I'm like, hey, before we hang out, can you come with me to get my lip piercing? Because one thing about piercings or like needles or anything is that someone needs to hold my hand. I'm really, really bad at that. So go in, tell him, hey, remember me? And he's like, yeah, I know what you want. You're here for the piercing. Here, just sign all this stuff. And I'm like, cool. So I do that, sign all this stuff. Like, basically, you have to fill out your information. If you're over 18, you fill out yourself. Make sure it's basically a consent form. Just say, hey, you're consenting to do this. You're not under the influence of any drugs. I'm like, yep. So I fill it out, but if you're like under 18, you have to get your parents. It's weird. Anyways, so I do that, and I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, I'm nervous because I'm like, shit, I don't know how bad it's gonna hurt. I mean, I've been watching videos. They said pain tolerance difference. I don't really know my pain tolerance. The only thing I had pierced so far at that time was just my ears, and it hurt like a motherfucker. I'm like, I don't know how all that's gonna work. So I go in there, call me back, and my boyfriend's just sitting on the couch playing, I don't know, some game on his phone. And, they're, pampering me up, and they said, I told him, I said, I'm nervous. Hey, can I bring my boyfriend back here? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I go over and I'm like, hey, I need your hand. So he comes back with me, and I'm laying there. I'm just laying there. I have my eyes closed. I'm holding his hand, and he's like, getting it ready, preparing it up, and he's like, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so he gets it, like, it's not like one of those piercing guns that they do for like, earrings and stuff like that. Cause I got my ears pierced at Claire's, and they used a piercing gun. Thankfully. I heard rumors that they don't really pierce it like evenly. Thankfully, I was a lucky case. But anyways, that's not what I'm talking about. So he used a piercing needle. He just pierced right through. That's all I can really remember. Pierced it through, and he put the needle in. He screwed it on, and he said, "Okay." So. Yeah, it was one of those studs. It wasn't the ring I have in right now. So, what you basically do is you wait a month, and you basically make sure you after you eat, after you drink, after you smoke, you make sure you use a mouthwash, like alcohol-free mouthwash, and then you have to get saline solution and make sure you rub it right where the piercing is, right there. And so I did that for a month, and you know, it worked. After a month, this is where you have to be really careful about where you go. So what I did was I went to that place, and you know, I didn't know there was a difference between, like, you know, not like where the piercing is, but I knew that, but like the jewelry itself. But I guess my pain tolerance is okay, because personally I'd give it about like a 5 or 6 out of 10. It hurt a little, it wasn't too bad, but you know, it's a piercing, it's gonna hurt. I lost what I was gonna say. Yeah, okay. So there's a difference between piercing, like you have to be very careful. Some people, they will buy cheap studs. I don't have the stud that they gave me anymore. I'll tell you later in the story, but what they basically did, see with this piercing right here, the ball has like the little thing that goes in, and the part that, you know, keeps, like, you know, the round part right here, it's basically just like, you know, it has like a little hole where you can put the screw in and everything. That's like, you know, it's a little bit on like the pricey side, like, excuse me, the basically parts have to pay like a little bit more extra or something. But if the like round part, at least for me, the round part, or like the stud, like the bar, has, like, you know, it's sticking out with the screw. It's basically, they have a thread. It's weird. It's weird. Basically, what it is, it's a cheap body jewelry. Tattoo parlors pay about like 25 cents to use that, and they basically sell to other people for a high price. And so, back to my story. It was after a month, and I was trying really hard to get the screw out. I was using everything. Like, I was freaking doing fingers, and, you know, making sure everything's clean. I was trying to get that thing off. I about used pliers. I was like, I need to get some pliers. I need to freaking take this thing off. I talked to my mom, and she was like, no, don't use pliers. I'll call up your uncle, and you know, try to see if he can get it out, cause he works in, you know, he does tattoos, he does piercings. I can trust him on that. And I don't know why I didn't go to him to do my piercings. Personally, I didn't think his place did piercings, to be honest, but like, I don't know. But anyways, I go over there, and you know, he's like working really hard. You know, he usually doesn't like using tools to get out, but he had to use tools. Like, it was stuck on there. And so he was like, yeah, you know, he told me that, you know, the whole like cheap piercings and all that stuff. So he gave me this one that was, I think it was made, oh gosh, I have the thing somewhere. I don't know where it is. But basically, someone made this one, and it's not like factory made, I don't think, but like someone actually made that one. And he also gave me a stud one for free, because, you know, family. So yeah, you know, that was taken care of and done with. But yeah, my advice on piercings, you know, just make sure you know what you want, and, you know, make sure you're going to be committed to it, because you're going to be having to take care of it. You know, it's going to probably affect your job or something. Thankfully, I didn't have to ask my job. I didn't tell my job that I was going to get this. I showed up one day to work, and they're like, yeah, hey, what's up? I'm like, yeah, nothing much. But make sure you're prepared for the commitment, because once you get a piercing, even if you take it out, the scar's going to be there. There's still going to be marked, you know. It's a commitment. But that, make sure you take care of it, because if you don't take care of it, it will get infected. Thankfully mine didn't. I was like very careful to like not to like not get infected. Like that was my fear. That was my main fear. It will pus a little bit. Your lip will get swollen. Mine got a little bit swollen, but it like toned down. And I did have like a little bit of redness and like a little bit of pus come out. But like if it's like green or like a weird funky color, then like, you know, giving off a bad smell, then probably infected. But no, a little bit of like oozing of like clear liquid or a little bit pus doesn't really, you know, that's normal since it's still in the healing process. It's gonna hurt for a few days. That's a given. It's like I said, it's still healing, but it's an open wound. So, but yeah, make sure you take care of it and all that stuff. I guess if you have trouble actually getting your piercing out, make sure, like, you know, just go to like a tattoo place or something and they'll take it out. You know, it might cost a little bit, it might be free, depending on the place you go to. Like I said, for me, it was free because it was family, so yeah. Okay, so with tattoos, it's a whole other story. You know, they're weird. I've been wanting a tattoo for a while, especially from my uncle, because I've known his artwork since I was like super little. He's been doing this since I was born, basically, like 19 plus years. But yeah, so I've been wanting a tattoo for a long time, and I always like switching between ideas, but I really liked this one. I don't know if you can like see it well or not. Let me hit. But yeah, I really like that one because the design, you know, I've always liked that design, especially like around Halloween time. But like, there's barely anything on it, and if I ever find something on it, I like, it's like expensive. Plus, I found yeah, and it reminds me of like Halloween and stuff, and it's like my favorite holiday. Surprise, surprise. Anyways, yeah, but I liked it, and I like how, like, you know, I didn't pick the colors. I trusted him. I just told him to design where I wanted it, and I just basically trusted him with it. My advice with tattoos, it's they hurt. I hate when people ask, oh, did it hurt? Yes, it's a needle vibrating into your skin with ink. It hurts a lot. But people think the shading, like the coloring, would hurt a lot. No. No. It's the line work. The line work hurts more. It all just, because it's like, the way I saw it, I didn't really look. I was too scared. I was in pain. That line work hurt like a motherfucker. But the line work is basically, it's like the needle going up and down. It's not like a single needle. Like, I know there's some people who do single needle tattoos and they don't really stay. But it's basically the needle's going up and down on your skin. When it comes to shading, it's like, let me try to like demonstrate. It's like going into your skin like that. Like, yeah. So it's, yeah, it hurts. But you gotta make sure you really take care of it and you really like do your research before it, because when I got mine, I did some, you know, research, and you know, I knew it was gonna hurt. I knew how to take care of it. You had to, like, you know, rub some stuff down. Like, you know, I used Aquaphor. It helped with me. I just made sure, you know, it was gonna heal okay. I also used a little bit of witch hazel, which, you know, wasn't really recommended from my uncle, but my supervisor, his husband has tattoos, and he recommended it, so I tried it for a little bit for like the itching, process, and I think it did okay. When you get a tattoo, it's after like a bit. Well, when you first get a tattoo, let me try to say this in steps. When you first get the tattoo, make sure you have like the wrap on for a good few hours. Just, you know, it can like heal and stuff. Make sure you wear it when you go to bed and like stuff like that. I mean, you can shower right after you have the tattoo, obviously, but if you have pets around, make sure like if you're going to bed, you have the bandage on, because you know you don't want to like get pet hair or like any sort of bacteria in it. You gotta be like really careful if you're like doing like heavy drops, like kind of what I do. If you like lift, make sure like nothing really cuts it, I guess, because I think it was the second or third day I got this tattoo. I was lifting Cokes for this lady, you know, those 12-pack Cokes, and all she had was freaking raw chicken and Cokes. I lifted one of the Cokes, and it scratched where the veins was. The vein on my tattoo was. Thankfully, it's not that bad, but I was pretty pissed about it. But anyways, just make sure you keep an eye on it. After a few days, probably about like a week or so, it will start to peel off, and you know, like thin layers of skin and stuff, and it'll start to crack. Especially around the eye. Like, well, for me, like the eye, like the pupil, it's kind of like I probably can't get that redone because like scar tissue and stuff, and like when it was flaking off, I started messing with it, and it just kind of, and it's kind of faded, but it's okay. I mean, it still looks good. That was just my bad. But yeah, like thin layers of skin will start peeling off, like naturally and stuff, and it'll start to crack. Just leave it be. Put some Aquaphor on it. Just let it do it. Just let it do its thing. But yeah, just make sure if you get a tattoo, get something that you really like. Don't make it like a whole trend. Like, oh, it's a, you know, like memes or something. Like, if you want to put a meme on yourself, like go right ahead. I mean, it's your body, but like be careful on what you put on your body. Make sure it's what you want, because if it's not, and you know, it sucks because it's stuck on you forever. Make sure you do some research in like the tattoo parlors that you go to, because you know there's some places are actually really good. Like the place I went to. Obviously, I knew my uncle's work for like 19 plus years, and from what he's like, you know, what he said about like tattoos and stuff, I pretty much trust him. Like, he's pretty knowledgeable about this shit. But you know, there's some places that are like kind of, I don't know, they're not really great. But make sure you're really careful about that stuff. Do your research about it. When you go into the tattoo parlor, make sure it's really clean and really, excuse me, make sure it's really sanitized, like, you know, it's clean, and, you know, they wipe everything off, they have, like, freaking, you know, they switch gloves, and, you know, all that stuff, because, you know, you have to be clean. You're using needles, you're going to the skin, you're gonna bleed a little, probably. Like, when you take off that bandage, or at least for me, when I took that bandage off, I saw, like, you know, faint blood on it, but it wasn't like crazy amount. It was just very, very, very faint, but I could tell it was blood. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say about tattoos and whatnot, and piercings and all that good stuff. I hope you liked the video. I hope you know, my little experiences, my stories, my tips really helped you, because honestly, I wish someone told me this stuff when I was getting all this shit done. Well, before I got all this shit done. More like my piercing, if anything. Cause, whew, yeah. But, yeah. Hope you guys have a good day. Or something like that. Good day, night, whatever. Like if you want, subscribe if you want. I'm not picky. I'm not like these other YouTubers out here, boys. But yeah, I'll see you later, alligators. Bye.